It's time! It's time! It's SCW time!
Alright guys, it's time to fucking ring with the greatest faction in podcast history. Just Freakin Wrestling, the JFW podcast, hosted by Travesty.
I'm Dizzle J.
Guys, if you have noticed, our new third man, if you will, of JFW is not with us today. And you could only blame Sentinel for that.
Yeah, what kind of horse shit nonsense is that?
Guys, you guys know Dally. She's the newest member of our group here.
The JFW faction.
Right. Our trifecta of awesomeness. She is a current employee of Southland Championship Wrestling. She runs the merchandise table, helps out with concessions and stuff like that. SCW does have a show tonight, SCW Rampage. We're going to go over the match card again like we did last week. But Sentinel wasn't too happy with her splitting her time today between doing the show as well as getting everything set up for SCW.
Because why get free publicity?
Yeah. And she could have made it work. I noticed she wanted to make it work because she has a great time being here. We have so much feedback about Dally being on the show, all positive, with having like kind of a change and everything. It's bringing something different to the show. But Sentinel is, as petty as he is, decided that, hey, she could come on the show if she wants, but she probably won't have a job at SCW anymore. Regardless of the fact that he says that's not what he meant, that's what he pretty much said.
That's what he said.
That's exactly what he said.
And then he called us a fourth-rate podcast. Yep. Mind you, we are downloaded worldwide.
Except Canada.
Except
fucking Canada.
Except Canada.
God, Sentinel's the Canada of fucking SCW.
He's definitely the Canada of SCW.
So, Dally's not here. Dally will be back next week, as far as I know. Because we're going to make this work.
Yes.
Like, we all have to be together to make this less on me.
Yes. All right, I got it. Yeah.
Deep down, just less on me. Guys, but we're going to dive into the show and everything. We're going over the results of the Super Showdown, Raw, Smackdown, NXT, Impact, AEW. We're going to talk about SCW and everything. Before we do, I just want to remind everyone that this episode of Just Freakin Wrestling is brought to you by Audible.com. Now, if you're just like me and you're a huge fan of stories and history, it's not a huge fan of listening or reading books yourself, but you are a huge fan of listening to other people tell you about it, Audible.com is the best place for you to go. One-stop shop for all audiobooks. If you go to Audible Trial, don't interrupt me while I'm doing my plug. Even if it's to agree with me.
I'm agreeing with you.
You fucking gone 1 week, you don't know how this works?
That's right.
God damn. If you go to audibletrial.com/freaknet today, you can sign up for a 30-day free trial of Audible. On top of that, you get a credit to your first book purchase. Me and Dizzle J have both taken advantage of the opportunity to go to audibletrial.com/freaknet ourselves. And it gave us the opportunity to find so many different books based on wrestling alone that are there to find, such as the Chris Jericho book, the Chris Benoit story book, the history on WCW, Shawn Michaels, so on and so forth. There's so many to choose from and to check out. And even if you have a love for more than just wrestling, obviously there's more books to choose from on so many different topics. Wrestling being the most important one, of course.
Obviously.
Yeah. audibletrial.com/freaknet. Sign up today. Get your 30-day free trial plus your first credit to your free book purchase.
Freaknet
Studios. Guys, and if you haven't checked that out yet, Freaknet Studios launched their very first video last week. Me, along with Cartoon Joe, who I host this freaking show with, as well as Sarge, who's the host of The Gray Area. We all sat down and we ranked and challenged 6 different hot sauces, 3 from Mexico, 3 from America. We put them on pizza and chicken wings and tested them out, and then we ranked on what we felt was from top to bottom. Dizzle J, as you know, wasn't on the show last week, but we did record that video as well as doing the day of the podcast. So he didn't partake in that, but really, you're not even a hot sauce guy.
No, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah. So we are going to do another video soon, hopefully in the next week or so. If everything plans out, we're going to do something pretty similar, but again, a little bit different. And we're doing it for the fans of not only wrestling, but also fans of this freaking show and Gray Area. So make sure you go to YouTube, search Freaknet Studios, find our channel, subscribe to it, hit the notification bell so you know when those videos come out. And now that we're doing this, this really should kick us in the ass on doing our videos for YouTube as well.
Yes.
Like the toy store hunts and the promo reenactments and stuff like that. So guys, last week was a huge stepping point in Freakin Studios, not only for just Freakin Wrestling, not only for this freaking show, not only for Doug Gray Area, but us as a group as one. So make sure you check out Freakin Studios. And it was really cool actually to sit down and have cross-branded podcasts. Like Cartoon Joe and I were actually on Doug Gray Area last week.
Really?
Yeah, and it was cool to kind of sit down and actually have that moment. Nice. So, huge thing. Not to get too far away from wrestling as we try not to do here, but I did want to mention a little bit about Freakin Studios because it is part of what we do.
Yes.
I'm going to give you a choice here, Jay. You can either tell everyone about the awesome merchandise now, or I can interrupt you when you do Impact or AEW.
Well, you're going to interrupt me anyway.
I know, so you get a choice. I could either interrupt you or you can talk about it now.
Might as well just interrupt me.
Excellent. All right, guys, let's talk about Raw that happened this past week.
Was it a good show?
No. Actually, it wasn't a bad show. SmackDown was better this week than Raw was. But over the last few weeks, ever since the attack that Randy Orton did on Edge, every Raw started out about the same way. Randy Orton comes out, somebody interrupts. No different this week. It was in Winnipeg, which I believe was the first time in 15 years that Raw was live in Winnipeg. Randy Orton talked about how the last time they were in Winnipeg was when he was in the ring with Edge as IC champion, 24 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Obviously, you guys know from a month ago what happened to Edge because of Randy Orton and everything. We still have yet to hear back from him on what's going on. He was interrupted by Kevin Owens, where Kevin Owens demanded an answer on why he did it, and then eventually challenged Randy Orton to a match later on that evening. Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza faced off in a one-on-one match and everything, which we have seen it a couple times. It actually happened at Super Showdown as well.
These two were good together, though.
It's still a good match. It's very comparable to the Aleister Black Buddy Murphy series that we saw.
Yes.
Both great competitors, actually cousins in real life.
Right.
So it was really cool to see that. Angel Garza picked up a win again against Humberto. Zelina Vega out there with them and everything, as always. Ricochet took on Gallows. Ricochet picked up the win. And guys, obviously this is all pre-Super Showdown. So we know Ricochet was going into Super Showdown to take on Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. So a huge win leading into that. Following that match, Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman did come out to cut a promo and talk about the championship and everything and moving forward and all that. And again, it's just normal Paul Heyman kind of promo. Brock's the best. He's the beast. Suplex City. He's going to walk out Saudi Arabia champion, blah, 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 blah. Aleister Black took on Rowan in a singles match. Aleister Black picked up the win, and following that victory, he challenged AJ Styles to a match next week on Raw.
Ooh.
McIntyre had an interview kind of talking about his road to WrestleMania. You know, pun intended, obviously, for we are currently on the road to WrestleMania, about 5 weeks away. He kind of talked about how, like, you know, he used to be known as, like, the chosen one, being in WWE, leaving, coming back, winning the Royal Rumble, choosing Brock Lesnar. Great, almost shoot interview, but obviously working within the business is a very cool thing to do. Truth TV debuted.
Nice.
With Bobby Lashley being a guest. Obviously, that didn't pan out right because it ended up being a singles match where Lashley kind of picked up the win against him. There was a contract signed for Elimination Chamber. The Women's Elimination Chamber to determine number one contender for the Raw Women's title. Ooh. Yeah, so we got Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, all part of the Riott Squad are going to be part of this match. Natalya, Asuka, and Baszler are all there having the contract signed. Obviously, it breaks out because when would we ever have a contract signed if something didn't happen, you know?
I've never seen it.
No, it doesn't happen. It's like weddings on WWE.
Yeah.
You know something's going to happen.
Somebody's going to interrupt.
Yeah. So, obviously, a fight broke out. And, of course, Becky Lynch came out to attack Baszler because she also wants to be part of shit. Let's see here. Dawkins from Street Profits took on Murphy in a singles match. Dawkins picked up the win via disqualification from Seth Rollins. Following that, Ford came in to kind of defend his tag partner, in which an impromptu match between Seth and Ford took place, which Seth picked up the victory. Finally, the main event, Owens and Orton went one-on-one. There was a fast count from the referee after Seth interfered. Fast count and everything. Seth tried to get Randy Orton to do the concerto. on Kevin Owens. Luckily, Kevin Owens kind of regained his shit. Orton left. Kevin Owens went and attacked the referee, ripped the ref shirt off him to reveal a Monday Night Messiah Seth Rollins t-shirt.
Really?
So, it wasn't a horrible show for Raw. It's just like, obviously it was a build-up to the Super Showdown, so you really have to put the right pieces together to make people want to see what happens in the show.
How do you feel about the drop-in of the Buddy for Buddy Murphy?
I mean, I'm okay with Murphy. I'm okay with just calling him Murphy.
I don't know. It doesn't flow right.
I grew up in an era where we always call people by their last names anyways.
I hear Murphy and I think RoboCop.
See, I don't because I don't know what that means.
That was his name.
Oh, I don't know. I've never seen RoboCop, so.
This is the disappointment I have in you.
You weren't here last week.
Yeah, it wasn't.
You want to talk about disappointment?
Yeah, well. Family issues.
Don't care.
Uh-huh.
This is what we do. We know who I am. No, I've seen RoboCop. I just never knew his name was Murphy. Fucking Red Foreman was on RoboCop. He was a villain.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've never seen the remake of it, because why?
The remake's actually not bad.
Yeah, it's not the same, though.
No, it's not the same.
No. That kind of wrapped up Raw. Just short, sweet, to the point.
All right, so Impact on Tuesday night. Open up with Rob Van Dam versus Daga.
Who?
Daga,
okay.
Daga ended up picking up the win.
For some reason, I heard Umaga. I'm like, he dead.
I wish. I miss Umaga.
I do too.
Then Rohat Raji from the Desi Hit Squad went against Wentz from the Rascals.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if you have not seen the Rascals, check them out. I enjoy them thoroughly. Raju picked up the win. Miranda Elise versus Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace is the current Knockouts champion. And this was a championship match. Jordan Grace ended up picking up the win. Michael Elgin and Eddie Edwards match 4 of best of 5.
God, fucking Elgin.
Eddie Edwards picked up the win. They're now tied at 2-2. Man, that had to be a great match. Unfortunately, I had an issue with my DVR. I could not watch it.
Your DVR is not like Impact Wrestling.
No, not at all. It records everything else. Grey's Anatomy, all this other horse shit, but not Impact Wrestling. Your main event was Ace Austin versus Tessa Blanchard for the X Division Championship. Winner Tessa Blanchard, but it was disqualification. So Ace Austin retains the X Division Championship. I don't know if she's still Impact champion or not.
I believe so.
So she would have been a dual champion.
We could find out about the person who does report on Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, we could.
We could ask them.
Yeah, we should. Too bad we don't work for Bleacher Report.
You saying Bleacher Report's better than JFW?
I'm saying it's better than me.
Power Google, friends.
The power
of Google. Or you know who we could ask?
Gio.
We could ask Gio.
Have we even heard from Gio?
No.
Man, that's disappointing.
Yeah. Where you been, Gio? You are a guy.
Where you at, Rock? Where you at?
I'm
really digging this in front of us, man.
All the stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Not yet, though.
No,
not yet.
We're so excited.
NXT happened. Dominic Dijakovic took on Cameron Grimes to open up the show. Great showing for both guys. Obviously, Dominic Dijakovic, one of the top guys in NXT.
Yeah.
Can't wait to hopefully see him take on Keith Lee once again and do a repeat from the Portland takeover. Dominic was on top. Kind of, it looked like he was struggling with some injuries. He may have sustained from some previous matches. Priest came out and attacked Dominic's knee, which gave Grimes the opportunity to pick up the win against him.
That's a big win for Grimes.
It is. I fucking dig that guy's hat. Not a big fan of his attire, but it's like a caveman in underwear. But Finn Balor came out and was just finding out, wanted to know who's next to step up to him. You know, basically a fucking Irish Goldberg, if you will,
with a lot more talent.
Yes. Imperium came out, said they got a message from Walter, and just beat the shit out of him. Right.
Walter says hi.
Right. I like it because it looks like it's kind of blending, or kind of developing a feud between UK and NXT US.
That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
Especially when they do like the Worlds Collide pay-per-views and stuff like that. It just makes it that much more interesting.
Yep. Mia Yim took on Xia Li in a singles match. During the match, as Mia Yim hit her finisher for the win, Dakota Kai and her friend Raquel Gonzalez came out, caused a distraction that allowed Lee to pick up the win. Very lackluster match, probably my lowest match of the night on the card, but it does give Kai and Gonzalez more camera time.
Right.
Ciampa took on Theory, not a decent match. Obviously, Ciampa picked up the victory. Following the victory, Gargano did come out and attack him because Ciampa stated that if he wants to move forward and advance in his career, he needs to do it without Gargano around. Because Gargano is gonna be that stopping point in his career.
He's gonna get stuck in the tag team division. Is what'll happen.
Yeah. Killian Dane took on Bronson Reed. Dane picked up the victory against Bronson Reed. I think it was just a way to get Reed more camera time. Nothing too.
I don't think I've seen Reed pick up a victory.
No, I think they still got to build him. I think they want his character to build before they start giving him opportunities to pick up wins and stuff. At the same time, like you don't want to bury Killian Dane, who has kind of a credibility,
right?
And obviously coming from Sanity and everything, he was the breakout star from that group. So.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. The Grizzled Young Vets took on the Forgotten Sons. After the Forgotten Sons pretty much told the Grizzled Young Vets that NXT UK isn't as good as NXT. So, see, we're building more of that feud there. Grizzled Young Vets picked up the victory after half of the Forgotten Sons got injured. I can't remember his name, but got injured during the match. It was kind of out, which obviously developed into more of a handicap situation where the Grizzled Young Vets took advantage and picked up the win. And that's what tag teams do. That's who show won the Dusty Cup. Just saying. Main event, we had Charlotte Flair returning to NXT for the first time in years in a match to take on Bianca Belair. Charlotte obviously picked up the win against Bianca Belair, and during her post-match attack, Rhea Ripley came out for the save, closing out the show, getting ready for WrestleMania as Rhea Ripley takes on Charlotte Flair to defend her NXT Women's Championship, and there's a lot of rumors speculating that WrestleMania might be a triple threat.
With who?
I'm hoping Belair. Probably Rousey.
Oh God, anybody but Rousey.
Well, we're going to talk about this.
Our
stuff.
Our special super segment.
Our special returning surprise.
Ooh.
I want to talk to you about it because I'm not sure if you heard about this or not, and all the shit that's going on coming to WrestleMania. But that's all I got for NXT.
So Wednesday night is also.
So before you get into that, let's talk about what we have here. I'm really excited for a lot of this stuff.
I am too.
First, I want to get past the obvious stuff here. Is I have 6 brand new Funko Pops, guys. If you know who I am in my personal life, I don't have money, but I will always buy Funko Pops.
The pop is with us.
Yeah. So, as we see here, going from here down, we got Naomi, we got The Fiend, which is an Amazon exclusive. We got John Cena, the old, thugonomic John Cena.
Thugonomics.
There we go. Diesel.
Big Daddy Cool.
Mean Gene Okerlund.
Mean Gene.
And then The Miz himself.
Awesome.
I was kind of disappointed because obviously when you buy from Amazon, if you buy the Diesel or Naomi, there's always a chance you get the Chase edition of them. Now, I believe with the Naomi Chase, it's the same outfit but glows in the dark, where Diesel is the NWO Kevin Nash. And that would go great with my NWO Scott Hall. Obviously, I didn't luck out and get them, but I know down the road, eventually I'm going to. Because I know eventually I'm going to come across a little bit of money at one point, and instead of doing the right thing, Funko Pops.
Credit card bill, Funko Pop.
Yep, Funko Pop. Also, what we have up here, guys, you're going to see 3 separate coffee mugs. You actually saw 2 of these coffee mugs last week. We got the JFW mugs, which has the old vintage JFW
I like the vintage
look. And this over here is the brand new JFW logo cup. And as you see right below it is the brand new JFW logo t-shirt in black. And then over here by Dizzle J, he has the Travesty Dizzle J 2020 Make Wrestling Great Again t-shirt in heather blue as I wear it in black.
Nice.
So I'm super excited for the merchandise we have. Also, you see the cup right here. This is the Freakin Studio cup. Again, we mentioned Freakin Studios earlier and everything. And I feel bad for the ones who just listen to audio and not check out the YouTube videos. Because they're missing what we are showing everyone else right now. And in reality, the audio to them right now is useless.
Right. Absolutely useless.
I can tell you can skip ahead to a certain time as we get past this. I'm not going to. First off, don't know what size it's going to be. Freaknet Studio mug, and what goes great with this Freaknet Studio mug are my Freaknet sweatshirts that I also purchased because I have a pullover that's in heather black, and I also have a zip-up hoodie that's in just black.
That's awesome.
Guys, and all of this merchandise that you see in front of you, I got at tpublic.com.
tpublic.com?
tpublic.com. Guys, that's where all the merchandise for JFW, Freaknet Studios, and this freaking show is located. So if you ever get a chance, go to tpublic.com, search JFW today, and you can buy the new JFW logo. You can buy the classic JFW logo. You could buy Dizzle J's Mr. 33% brand new brick graffiti walled fucking logo. I still got to release the Travis C shirt that I said I was going to last week. I haven't yet. I want to wait for a surprise. And guys, coming up soon, Dally's new shirt's also going to be released. So make sure you guys look at all that. Go to tpublic, TEPUBLIC.com. Search JFW. Pick up your merchandise in either t-shirts or coffee mugs, notebooks, tapestries, wall art, phone cases, laptop carriers, stickers, magnets, pins. All of our logos come on a plethora of merchandise items, and you can get it all at tpublic.com, TEPUBLIC.com, searching JFW.
I love the word plethora.
Plethora.
It's a good
Bountiful. Cornucopia. A lot of.
Are you ready?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, AEW Dynamite this past week featured the Iron Man match between Kenny Omega and Pac. 30-minute Iron Man match. This match is already being talked about being match of the year. So I suggest everybody watch it. Mm-hmm. It wasn't available on YouTube for me to pull into the pick of the week, or else I would have. There's some fucking wicked spots in this. And how these guys just don't kill each other is beyond me. I don't get it. Omega did end up picking up the win. 2 falls to 1.
I'm surprised they didn't give it the Pac.
I'm a little shocked, too. The Inner Circle took on Jurassic Express. Jurassic Express defeated the Inner Circle. The Butcher and the Blade versus Best Friends. I'm sorry, I just like that. I always think of the Lunatic every time I see Best Friend. Best Friends defeated the Butcher and the Blade. I like the Butcher and the Blade. They're real scary looking, though. Yeah. I think they should come off a little more dominant than what they are. Big Swole versus Hakuru versus Shayna versus Yaku.
Fucking Big Swole.
Big Swole. Cena defeated Swole, Shayna, and Suzuki. Because whatever. The AEW Championship weigh-in between Moxley and Chris Jericho. Obviously, just like anything else, doesn't go as planned. And that ended the show. I think, and tonight is the AEW pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But tonight is also the SCW show.
It is. And we're going to get into the SCW matches later. Guys, best for last.
Best for last. Even though Sentinel's been a dick.
Yeah. Huge butternut squash. Fucking mouth breather.
He ought to be lucky we established this relationship with SCW before his butternut squash ass took over.
Absolutely. Yeah. On the topic of SCW, let's talk about Hunter Payne for a minute.
I wonder how you're going to work something this time.
Right. But this is going to surprise you.
Really?
Yes. Guys, if you remember last week, me and Dally had an altercation, kind of an argument about what my issues are with Hunter Payne. And I clearly stated that the only issue I have with Hunter Payne is that he just doesn't have the intensity that he had back in the day. Implying that he's old. And I'm not saying he is, but we all know he is. I'm not going to say that this week. I'm not. For once, I'm going to be a positive person when it comes to Hunter Payne. Thank you for wearing the JFW shirt last month at this show. I've actually gotten messages and feedback from people who were at the show who mentioned, hey, cool logo, awesome shirt. So thank you for wearing the shirt. Jay, thank you for getting him the shirt. Wasn't on board with it. Obviously, I made a lot of jokes about it. But you know what? I'm going to regress those for this week so I can politely say thank you for wearing the shirt. And even though you're not a big fan of mine, thank you for being a big fan of the show in itself. I don't agree with the fact that you're not defending the tag team titles this month, which is okay. I get it. You're setting those baby boy. Fine. But thank you for wearing the shirt. And yeah, maybe I was a little markish last week when it came to Keist. And thank you for pulling that out and telling everyone, hey, listen to this episode at this point in time. What a mark. Even because you said that, I am not going to say anything negative about you this week because you did a good thing for the podcast. So,
much appreciated.
Thank you. See?
It's killing you.
It's rough.
It is.
It's rough.
I bet.
All right. Super Showdown happened this past, I believe, Thursday, 11 a.m. or something like that, like American time.
Is this your no one gives a shit?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Could be.
Oh.
All right. So Super Showdown, we had a New Day taking on Miz and Morrison for the tag team titles. Miz and Morrison picked up the victory. That was the moment of the entire pay-per-view. And I gotta say, I never got your predictions for this.
No.
So it's a huge bust. You didn't even get to participate in this one.
I lose automatically.
But it's okay, because me and Dally did it. And we picked the exact same shit.
Really?
So it doesn't matter. No one won this past pay-per-view. So it's fine. Yeah. I mean, we both got a point. So I'm also going to start keeping the tallies in the show notes and everything so people can kind of keep track of it. So far, it's me 2, Dally 2, you 0. You're crushing it.
Well, damn.
Yeah. But it's okay, because Revolution hasn't happened yet, so you can still participate in that one at least.
Ooh.
Brock Lesnar took on Ricochet, squash match. Brock Lesnar picked up the win. Roman Reigns took on Corbin in a cage match. Actually, not a bad match. Roman obviously picked up the win. I'm going to get to that one later. Bayley took on Naomi. Women's match in Saudi Arabia is very unheard of, but it does happen on occasions. I'm glad it did happen. It's definitely a step in the right direction when it comes to women's wrestling. Obviously, we're way past the women's revolution, so we don't have to consider that to be a factor anymore because women are here and they are crushing. I don't want to say killing. My apologies. Crushing the fucking business. I wanted to say killing it, but I almost forgot to say the word it.
Right.
Crushing the fucking business.
So did they have to wear?
Yeah. So they basically wore their own gimmick shirts, but they had to wear long sleeves and everything. So they didn't have to cover their faces, but they pretty much had to cover a majority of their skin. Yeah. Which I'm fine with. I mean, like
it's respectful.
I mean, you gotta respect the culture out there. At the same time, it doesn't matter how much skin you show when you get into the wrestling ring, as long as you do your job right.
Right.
That's called being respectful. God, they're really hot. All right. We had the Tawake trophy tournament, the gauntlet match and everything. Tawake, I believe, is a high mountain in Saudi Arabia. Styles, Andrade, Lashley, Rowan, R-Truth, and Rusev was supposed to be in it, but in front of the camera, he had an injury and couldn't make it. Behind the camera, there were contract disputes, and he volunteered to bow out of the tournament. They got replaced by Rey Mysterio, who was attacked in the back. R-Truth came out. He got past Bobby Lashley, who beat him up afterwards. He got past Andrade by falling on him after being knocked out. He got past Rowan, who got disqualified and everything. And eventually getting to AJ Styles, who beat him up. And they're waiting for Rey Mysterio to come out. Rey Mysterio wasn't making. He was like, "Where's Rey? Where's Rey?" So they started doing the 10 count because he doesn't get to the ring in time. Match is over, and AJ Styles picked up the win. All of a sudden, you see the Good Brothers, the OG, up there on the Titantron. Not called the OG. What the fuck are they called? OC. The OC. Saw the OC on Titantron laying on the ground, and this fucking figure just walked by. You just see a fucking trench coat and boots. Oh no, who is it? You know? Oh, The Undertaker made an appearance, focus. And let me tell you how disappointing it was to see him there. And I would love to know how much he got paid for those 45 seconds of actually doing something. I'm sorry, correction. 45 seconds in the ring, 10 minutes to get down the fucking stage. chokeslammed AJ Styles, pinned him, won the fucking trophy. First off, wasn't even in the match. Don't know how he's not disqualified. But hey, whatever. It's Saudi Arabia, and WWE feels they can do whatever they want, even though they don't want to follow the storylines properly. Yeah, disqualify Rowan for hitting R-Truth with the fucking stairs. But let's not disqualify the guy who's not even in the match to begin with, but now all of a sudden could win the fucking trophy. Cool. They even take off the jacket or the hat while at it. Dumb. Who the fuck beats AJ Styles with one fucking chokeslam? It's not The Undertaker.
Definitely not The Undertaker.
But he did, and he won. Finally, the match closed out with The Fiend versus Goldberg for the Universal Championship. And boy, let me tell you how happy I am this occurred.
I'm not happy at all.
Goldberg picked up the win. Goldberg beat The Fiend. Goldberg is the Universal Champion. I'm a huge fan of Bray Wyatt. Love Bray Wyatt. Not a huge fan of The Fiend. Think it's dumb. I gave it a lot more thought over the last, few weeks and everything, and how I feel about, I love the Firefly Funhouse. I love Bray Wyatt. But The Fiend, when it comes to wrestling, I just don't get, because you can't make something so fucking powerful. It can't be beat by anybody.
Yeah, but you had Seth Rollins drop basically everything on this dude.
Yeah. And
not win.
Well,
and then you had this old-ass man.
You're talking about the Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
Okay. But he didn't... The Fiend didn't get back up and, pin Seth Rollins. They canceled the match.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought there should have been a better way.
The thing is, you had to have someone beat the Fiend eventually. It had to happen.
Well, I agree. But see, in my thinking, I would have had the Fiend lay down and then go after Roman hard after WrestleMania.
You can't do that. You can't do that. The Fiend is just sadistic. No, you can't just lay down for Goldberg. Realistically, they should have had somebody in wrestling beat the Fiend. Like somebody who's actually there. No, I'm not a big fan of Goldberg winning. Right. I'm just a big fan of the Fiend not being champion anymore. Because the Fiend and Bray Wyatt could get over without being champion.
Most definitely.
But there's no point in putting the title on somebody who's not going to do anything with it until WrestleMania when he loses it to Roman Reigns. Excuse me. It could have been Braun Strowman if they felt he was ready, but maybe they don't feel he's ready quite yet. They want to see what he does with the IC title. Or it could have been Brock Lesnar and made him a double champion. I mean, they could have also done something like that.
I would have made more sense being Braun Strowman, because at least you had the monster among men who is already this mountain of a man. It would have made a lot more sense to put him over on the Fiend than Goldberg.
Yeah. But there is something that is within the surprise that we're going to do here that's going to explain and why it makes sense for Goldberg to be champion.
Okay.
So you're going to see.
Okay.
Overall, Super Showdown was a huge bust. Not very happy with all of it, but at least there was one good match that came out of it. New Day taking on Miz and Morrison. So. Okay. SmackDown. You know what? Let's do this while I'm here anyways. So, we got the AEW Revolution.
Okay.
Me and Dally did our predictions.
Okay.
I'll just do this with you real quick. There's only 4 matches right now. I'm not sure if they added more, but there's only 4 here. So, Hagar's taking on Dustin Rhodes. Who's winning?
Hagar.
Okay. Paige and Omega's taking on the Young Bucks for the tag titles. Who's winning?
Young Bucks.
Okay. MJF is taking on Cody. Who's winning?
Cody.
And Moxley's taking on Jericho.
Moxley.
All right, so we only have one that we don't agree on.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I picked Paige and Omega still we did.
Only 4. Well, you know what? That might be pretty lengthy matches then, so that might be good.
Yeah. I mean, they may have added. Those are the 4 matches that were posted from last week. So, maybe they could have added after this past week. I really don't know. But I'm going to be at SCW, so I'm not even going to watch.
Yeah.
All right, SmackDown opens up with Goldberg coming out.
Of course.
Champion. Just asking a simple question. Who's next? Roman Reigns comes out. Simple answer. I'm next. That's it.
That's it.
That is the best promo Roman has ever fucking cut. His entire business. I'm next. Following that, Naomi and Bayley had a singles match where Sasha Banks made her return to ringside, attacking Naomi during the match.
Oh, of course.
With Lacey Evans coming out to pick up the save, ultimately turning into a tag team match where Naomi and Lacey pick up the win. Oh, jeez. Kofi took on Robert Roode in a singles match. During the match, coolest fucking thing that I've seen in a long time. While the ref was distracted by Dolph Ziggler, Roode went up, kicked the stairs, and fell over like Big E pushed him into him. Referee then kicked Big E out of ringside and just left Kofi defend for himself while Ziggler's still on the outside. Ziggler distracted Kofi and Roode rolled him up, picked up the win. We saw Mandy Rose watching Dolph from the back. Everything, just watching the match. Pans to a different part of the arena where we see Otis sitting there all sad and shit. Because once again, the hot girl broke the fat guy's heart.
Wah, wah, wah. I think more is
give
going
me
to
a
come
minute.
out of that.
Just give me a minute.
It's all right. Good? Good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good?
I'm
All
fine.
right.
Tucker and Otis, Heavy Machinery, are going to return to action next week. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm hoping there's going to be it's probably going to be a WrestleMania pre-show match where Heavy Machinery takes on Roode and Ziggler. Maybe Mandy will be special referee.
Put her in a shark cage.
No, put her in the ring and be a special ref.
Ooh.
It's a win-win. She gets to do a heel turn on Otis or be the face turn against Ziggler.
Yeah?
It's a win-win. Hey, WWE, book that shit.
We know you're listening.
Bet it happens.
Fuckers.
Bet it happens. I'm going to call it right now. Okay, so we had Nakamura and Braun Strowman have a contract signing. Guess what? Fight breaks out.
Who went through the table?
Oh, Braun did. Cesaro and Sami Zayn were out there as well.
Wow.
Yeah. Elias didn't come to save him, though. Disappointed.
Huh.
Disappointed in face Elias. Daniel Bryan took on Curtis Axel. No idea why.
You said Curtis Axel?
That's a Curtis Axel.
Really?
Yeah.
Was Bo out there with him?
No.
Really?
Just Kurt.
Huh.
It's Kurt Axel. Not gonna lie, forgot all about him.
Kinda did too.
Yeah. Bryan picked up the win. Main event match, Miz and Morrison took on the Usos in a tag team match. Uso picked up the victory against the tag team champions. Clearly in WWE rules, that means they got a potential title match in the future.
WrestleMania.
All right, there's rules. John Cena finally made his return at the end of the match, or at the end of the show. Because of this, apparently, SmackDown had the biggest view count that it did in a long-ass fucking time.
Really?
Yeah. John Cena came out and said, what's going on with WrestleMania? I don't know, but I'm not going to take the spot away from somebody who earned it. So I probably won't be part of it. But this isn't goodbye. I'll be back, blah, blah. And as he leaves, the Fiend comes out, standing behind him. Cena turns around, sees the Fiend. Fiend points at the WrestleMania sign. Cena does, you can't see me. Does the shit with his hat. And apparently he is going to take the spot of somebody at fucking WrestleMania. Because now we're going to see the Fiend take on John Cena at WrestleMania.
Oh, God. What the fuck?
Don't worry, it all makes sense when we get to the special surprise at the end of the show here.
Okay.
Guys, if you haven't had a chance to, make sure you check out patreon.com/JFW podcast.
Yes.
If you don't know what Patreon is, clearly you haven't listened to the show at all because it's been mentioned on a weekly basis. But patreon.com/JFW podcast is the one place you could go to sign up for tier levels. Different prices, but each cost greater gets you even greater gifties from us.
Even gifties that reoccur.
Yeah. Yes, so many gifties. Gifties that include shout-outs on the podcast like we do for Becca and Brandy every single week for being Patreon. So thank you again for Becca and Brandy for being part of Patreon, helping out the podcast. But there's so much more than that. You get a shout-out on our social media, a shout-out during your birthday. We shout you out so fucking much. It's ridiculous. But, again, tiers from $1 to $15. And as you increase in price, you increase in gifts. We create you wrestling cards. You could be a GM of the show. Where you get to decide what we do on the podcast. There's watch-alongs for pay-per-view shows, as well as you get to sit down and have additional content podcasts, such as when we do behind-the-scenes storyline and like kind of the dark side of wrestling, as well as some shoot interviews that we're going to do as well through Patreon with independent wrestlers and stuff from the area.
Those are the most fun we've done.
Yeah. Yeah, and these are legit shoots. I mean, like obviously when we talk about independent wrestling here, we live within the story and the fantasy of what wrestling should be.
Oh yes.
You know, we do shoot on. It doesn't know what shoot means. First off, are you really wrestling fans then? But what shoot means is the realism, everything that's real. You know, it's not about the Undertaker. It's about Mark Calloway.
Right.
But when we're on the podcast for you guys to listen to free every single week on Podbean, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and YouTube as a video podcast. See that? See how I stuck that in there?
I like that. Segue.
The gimmick of it all for independent wrestling stays within the fantasy and what kayfabe is. But then when it comes to Patreon and everything, we're going to shoot interviews with the wrestlers of the independent era and stuff, and maybe hopefully some people from the old WCCW, the Windy City Championship Wrestling, or Southland Championship Wrestling, maybe from ARW, stuff like that. Guys who made their names in the business in this area and stuff. So Patreon's a really cool place to check out. Make sure you sign up for it. And even if you don't want to sign, even if just the gifts isn't enough to sign up for, knowing that the money you contribute helps us do more of what we do here should be value in itself. So go to patreon.com/JFW podcast today, sign up for Patreon, and help out JFW, now part of Freakin Studios.
Freak Nut
Studios.
Every dollar goes right back into Freak Nut
That's
Studios.
right. Guys, it's a leap year, which means there's 29 days in February.
Today's the 29th day.
It's the 29th day. That means SCW Rampage is today. We have the match card for that. If you guys don't know, it's in Shabans. This may be a little bit late if you're listening to it now, but we did talk about it last week. Just to reiterate, Shabans Civic Center, SCW Rampage. Tickets are $12 at the door. You can probably still pre-sale them now, but by the time you listen to this podcast and the show's ready, we're probably already there. But pre-sale for the shows occur every single month, except in June. I believe they take June off. But you can always pre-buy your tickets at Glassworks, Fit Body U, or Genesis Martial Arts, all in Bourbonnais.
What's the charity, do you know?
AFib.
AFib again?
Yeah.
Good.
Mm-hmm. AFib. Because February is the month of love. Yeah. It's also Black History Month, but it has nothing to do with AFib.
No.
Just
having a little messed up.
Mm-hmm. As I mentioned a little bit earlier when I was talking about Hunter Payne, Elite Payne is in a tag team match against Cobra and Just Amazing. I can't remember what their tag team name is, but I do have a tag team name out there. I just don't know what it is off the top of my head. But Cobra and Just Amazing are taking on Elite Payne in a non-title match. Obviously, if they pick up the win, they should be entitled to a title match in the future.
Man, I think this was going to be an uphill battle for Elite Payne.
Yeah.
And I'm a big Elite Payne fan, but...
Yeah, me too. Hudson's taking on Max Blaylock as SCW officials have decided to sideline James Creed due to a recovering knee injury that he sustained previously. Not by his choice, it's the decisions of the SCW officials. I'm sure Creed isn't too happy about it, but hey, get over it. We have the Genesis title on the line as Jake Andrews, part of the family, is taking on the Sheik.
I think this is Jake Andrews' time to get his first singles championship at SCW.
Fuck yeah. I absolutely agree 100%. And it'll be one step closer to being a Triple Crown champion when he does eventually win that SCW Heavyweight Championship.
That's right.
Angus is making his return to SCW, taking on Natasha Crane, obviously a grudge match from the Unholy Alliance days.
They're trying to get her back in that Unholy Alliance.
Yeah. Kendra Hall's taking on Paloma Star in a rematch from last month for the SCW Women's Championship match. And then finally, the heavyweight title is on the line because Max Holiday likes to defend his title within the 30-day time period as stated in SCW. He will be taking on Santana Starks, former ARW star, now SCW supporter.
Really?
Yeah. Also to attend the show tonight will be Cody Jones, Bulletproof LLC, Zach Hendricks, Marshe Rocket, and JPH.
Woo woo.
That's right.
I heard there was a surprise return, too.
There is a surprise return, Jay.
I wonder who it is.
It's not who I want it to be.
You know who it is?
No.
Oh.
No, I want it to be Evil Sierra, but they already got the women's title match scheduled, so unless they turn it into a triple threat match, I would love to see Evil Sierra make a return to SCW now that she is back into the wrestling business.
It's going to be Moxie.
God, I hope not. Karmakaze?
That would be Moxie.
God, I hope it's neither. But you know what I'd love her to be? Craig Mitchell.
Oh man, that'd be
I would
awesome.
love for Craig Mitchell to be back.
He actually just returned to the ring. He took a hiatus from wrestling, and he was doing the CrossFit training. He was a CrossFit trainer, and he recently came back to wrestling.
Nice.
So it was nice to see him to come back and do that.
Cool. Guys, I think we got through everything, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool. Why don't you, I'm done talking for a bit. Go ahead and do your Dizzle J pick of the week.
So the pick of the week.
Before we get into that, guys, make sure you follow us on social media at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter just by searching Just Freakin' Wrestling. Okay.
So I went back, and I got probably one of the most brutal matches for Goldberg. Was when he took on Lord Steven Regal.
I thought you were talking about the Undertaker match in Saudi Arabia because that was brutal as fuck.
That's brutal in a different way.
Yeah.
But check it out. It's probably one of the few times you see Goldberg actually.
That was the match that Regal got fired for.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he wasn't going to just let Goldberg,
wasn't going to let him go over too easy.
Yeah. Yeah. Regal did what he should have done, and that got his shit in.
Yeah.
I love that saying.
Man,
get your shit in, folks.
Regal is by far one of the most underrated.
Yeah, we're not talking about that anymore. We're talking about life. No matter what happens in life, guys, get your shit in.
Get your shit in.
Always get your shit in.
Oh, that's a shirt.
It should be a shirt. Why, so someone else can steal it?
Yeah, well, with Sentinel running things, he just lets anybody do whatever the hell they want.
Hashtag F Steve.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
I'm going to blame Sentinel for that.
I want to know if he's going to wear that shirt again tonight. I pray you do.
Fucking
get your shit in, folks.
Goddamn mouse.
All right. Regal and Goldberg. Nitro?
Yes.
Yes.
Check it out. It'll post later on today.
All right. What's your holy shit moment?
My holy shit moment?
Holy shit moment of the week.
The Pac versus Omega Iron Man match. Yeah, most definitely.
Nice.
That match just blew me away.
Awesome. My holy shit moment of the week is actually a negative one, and it's all of the Showdown.
Nice.
Yeah. I changed the rules of my own shit. Because I want to get my shit in.
So I get my shit.
There wasn't anything good this week. There just wasn't. I get it. Yes, the AEW match was obviously very important to you. I'm still trying to build on the AEW. Yeah. I did watch the cage match from last week. Awesome match. I believe somebody went on one of their podcasts and said the moonsault from the top that Cody did wasn't right and shouldn't have done it. But I don't know who that was because it's irrelevant because there's only one good podcast when it comes to pro wrestling, and that is
JFW Podcast.
Just Freakin' Wrestling. Part of Freaknet Studios.
Freaknet
Studios. Nothing good came out this week, though. This week was kind of just a long line of, like Sentinel in bed. Mouth breather. All right, how about who gives a shit?
Goldberg wins.
Yeah. Mine is Goldberg and Reigns fucking facing off each other and getting ready for WrestleMania. I'll probably put who gives a shit for the rest of the fucking month.
Yeah.
All right, Jay. I said we weren't going to do this anymore, but I decided why the hell not, because so many stupid things are happening in wrestling. For today, I'm bringing back Final Freaking Thought.
Ooh.
Right? All right. Now, we talked about, obviously, about Goldberg winning the title.
Right.
Goldberg's facing Roman Reigns at fucking WrestleMania.
Right.
There's rumors that The Undertaker's taking on AJ Styles. The Fiend and Cena are going at it. There's rumor of Randy Orton taking on Edge. First question is, why? To all of it. Why The Undertaker, Goldberg, Cena, Edge? Why?
Edge makes more sense than any of them. At least Edge came back at the Royal Rumble, did the Royal Rumble match, participated in that, did sign a contract. I could see him more so than anybody else. But it's like Vince is just stuck in that post-attitude era, pre-ruthless aggression, and trying to bring it back. And I don't think it's going to happen.
Cool. Well, that's the wrong answer. Now I'm going to tell you the right answer. And this is question 2. Vince McMahon is thinking about selling WrestleMania's rights to ESPN+.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Because he's not happy with the fact that the WWE Network only has 2 million subscribers. And he is thinking about selling off pay-per-view rights to certain people. And he believes that he can make good money by selling the WrestleMania rights to ESPN2. And doing what they did with the Fury boxing match from a couple weeks ago, where you could buy the entire pay-per-view for like $40 or $70, whatever the hell it was, but you have to pay an additional $6 to catch the main event. And that's what he's thinking about, that he could sell WrestleMania and people could pay maybe $30-$40 to watch WrestleMania, but if they have that one fucking match everyone wants to see, you have to pay the additional fee.
Who chooses that match, though? Us or Vince?
Oh, it's Vince.
Oh, you're going to be wrong.
I'm going to tell you right now, and I think I mentioned this a few weeks ago. If he sells rights to pay-per-views, I'm canceling WWE Network. Don't need it.
No. Not at all.
No.
If I can't watch it on network, what? I'm not paying. I'm not going back to paying $40-$60 to.
Well, what's your thought of wanting to sell WrestleMania to ESPN Plus?
He's a fucking idiot.
Exactly. Okay, question 3. Steph said that she is not against, nor is WWE against, canceling WrestleMania due to the coronavirus outbreak, because it does bring a lot of people from around the world to one select place.
That's stupid.
Right? People are gonna get sick. Shit happens.
The virus doesn't. It's not really a plague. It's a virus. I believe they have a cure for it.
Maybe. Slimes. Okay. How do you feel about tag team elimination chamber matches?
Oh, I love them.
They're stupid. It's too many people.
I love it.
It's too many people.
I love it.
It's too many people. Is it now the tag team elimination chamber? I can't remember because I don't recall the last time I actually cared to watch one. If you pin one, they're both gone.
Yeah.
See, I don't want that. Pin them both.
And that's what I liked about the AEW.
The Battle Royal?
The Battle Royal.
Yeah. You get both out.
Yeah.
All right. Bellator's going in the Hall of Fame.
Who?
Right. Right? You can look, but you can't touch. Free mode.
I think it's too soon.
It's too soon. They do deserve it. I'm not going to say they don't deserve it. Too soon.
Too soon.
When Vader, Bam Bam Bigelow, and Miss Elizabeth get in, go ahead and throw the Bella Twins in after that.
Right. Maybe.
How do you feel about Elite Pain not defending their tag titles tonight?
It is a little weird.
Right? Who do you ultimately want to be the surprise return at SCW tonight?
Brian Cage. That'd be awesome because he's like fully healed now, so he can do everything.
Yeah. All right. Sando implies on our Facebook page. Sando implies that if Dally is to choose JFW over SCW at any point, she'd get fired. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think we'd have to have our lawyers look into that because as long as she's not violating contracts, then that would be wrongful termination.
Right. How wrong would it be for someone to branch out? And I clearly said this on social media at one point, is that it sucks that somebody who has such a knowledge for the business is stuck behind the merchandise table.
Yeah, it definitely. And we're giving her a voice as not just a lesser than us. We brought her in as an equal.
Yeah. And
she's been killing it.
Yeah.
And like I said, I said on Facebook, we've had a great relationship with SCW before Sentinel took over.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden he started going batshit crazy, calling himself Commissioner Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone's got a Batman fantasy that's not going to happen.
So, it's unfortunate that he has to act that way. It is kind of childish. But it's fucking happening, guys. But don't worry, Dally's still going to be here. We just got to figure out what the hell we can do about the SCW situation.
Yeah, like I said, we get our lawyers look into it.
Yep. All right. Moxley went on record saying that Chris Jericho is probably one of the greatest wrestlers in the business. If he was to be on any Rushmore, what Rushmore would it be and who else would be on there?
Ooh. That's hard for Jericho because you could easily put him in the WCW Rushmore.
Nope, I wouldn't.
He was one of the leaders in the Cruiserweight division.
So what?
Put WCW on the map.
So what? There's 4 other guys who are better for WCW than Jericho is.
Well, he'd definitely be on AEW's. But that's just starting.
It's just dumb. Technically, no.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
But him, it'd be like him, Cody, the Young Bucks.
Not Omega? Not Pac? Not Hangman Page?
I think Jericho has much more of a presence in wrestling.
Moxley? I mean,
waiting for you to put your.
if I was to put him on any type of Rushmore, it would be the Rushmore of wrestlers who have made a name in WCW, ECW, and WWE.
I mean, New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, I would just focus on those three. Because obviously I'd put Austin on there. Cactus Jack I'd put on there. Chris Jericho I'd put on there.
Funk.
Terry Funk, yeah. And there's a couple other wrestlers who did the same thing. Sandman wrestled in all three. Mike Awesome wrestled in all three. But I don't think they had the caliber career that, Austin, Cactus Jack, and Chris Jericho did.
No, definitely not.
Taz didn't make ACW. Even Bam Bam Bigelow wrestled in all three. Then maybe even Bigelow could be on there. Who is also not in the Hall of Fame. But the Bellas are.
Idiots.
All right, Jay. We covered Raw. We covered SmackDown. We covered Impact, AEW, Super Showdown. We did your predictions for Revolution. We covered the SCW show that is tonight. We did your pick of the week. We did Final Freaking Thought for this episode. We did the holy shit. Who gives a shit? I plugged everything. I think that's it.
Time to ring the bell on this episode.
Perfect. As always, I am Travis C.
I'm Dizzle J.
Hey! Thank you for listening to another episode of Just Freak Wrestling, the JFW podcast.
Peace.